Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. It is Saturday, April 27th. It's been a minute. Yeah, I haven't been on for a little while. Couple of reasons. I've been very busy with all kinds of other things. That's one reason. Number two, I haven't done a lot of crocheting, and the name suggests that it's a crochet channel. But maybe I should have named the channel Canadian Crafter, because my interests have been expanding to other things, namely right now sewing. So I've been trying to learn how to sew, and it's not as easy as it looks. Like when I started crocheting, which wasn't that, I guess not that long ago, I think it was 2016 I started crocheting, and I didn't find it as hard. Like the learning curve wasn't as hard as the sewing curve. Like, my goodness, the sewing curve is just but I'm determined, right? So right now I'm on a kick to do that. Oh, hubby found me a new machine. I was very blessed. He paid a pretty penny, but it's worth more than what he paid. It pretty much does the same thing as my other machine, but it has a bigger throat so I can fit quilts in there. Yeah, but I did sell my other machine too. I think I mentioned before, my next door neighbor, the one that who was expecting her first grandchild, he was born. And there was a teddy bear outfit that I sent, and they put it on him. He was a big boy. I thought I made the 3-month size, but it almost fit him, and he's a newborn. So I was like, wow. I would show you a picture, but I don't have permission, and that's not right. He's so adorable. Like, he does not look like a typical newborn. He looks so plump and, oh, he's just adorable. Anyway, so she started sewing, and she has her mother's old sewing machine, so she bought my other machine, so it does a little more than what her other machine does. So she's been learning how to sew. We've been doing things together, which has been fun. I've been thrifting a lot. Another neighbor of mine loves to thrift. She thrifts for things different than I do. So I mostly thrift for crafting stuff, you know, yarn and fabric, mostly fabric, and, you know, buttons and things like that. So I've been learning how to sew a lot, and, you know, whatever. And then the other reason is, this is not my job. I bow down to those people who can post a video every day, and the editing and the content. You're always thinking about what kind of content am I gonna put out? I don't think like that, but I'm sure the other ones do. I just post whenever I feel like it, and here, this is what I've done. And I'm grateful to actually, I was gonna say to the amount of people that are watching, but I actually don't know. I should look to see how many subscribers I have, and you know, I don't look at that stuff. I am monetized, but I don't make money off of it. So being Canadian, well, one, I don't make a lot of money to begin with because I don't post often, so I don't get the views that somebody who posts every day. But being Canadian, YouTube is an American company, so you have to file taxes over there, and you have to get an IRS number. And I'm like, nope, not doing that. That sounds like too much work. Like, I don't want this to be a job. So I gave them permission to just take 40%. That's the standard, is they take 40% off the top. So even whatever little I make, they take 40% off right off the top. So it doesn't matter to me. That is not why I do it. But I know that there are some who do it because they're making a good income, and good for them. Yoo-hoo, right? That's not here. That's not why I do it. I'm just your friendly neighbor who likes to chat about things that she's up to. What else have we been up to? Hubby was away for a week. I loved it because I did a lot of sewing. But that week we got hit with a freak snowstorm. Like, oh, it was ridiculous. We had no power for a few days, which means I had to lug a generator. And I don't know if you know what a generator is. Well, the one we have is big, and I had to lug it from the garage. And I know how to operate it, but I had to lug it from the garage. And it's heavy, and it was like that much snow, and I'm lugging it through the snow. Oh, it was not fun. And then, so the house was running on generator for a few days. That was not fun. And then right at the end of that week, I got sick. My throat started hurting, whatever. And the funny thing is, during that week, the only place I went to was the post office. 30 seconds in the post office, had to mail something. And I went to the library to pick up a book. And that's it. I didn't go anywhere else. And somewhere along there, I picked up strep throat, which led to tonsillitis. And being of the generation that I am, the way that I was raised, it was suck it up, you'll get better, just suck it up. And it just kept getting worse and worse. And then 4 days after hubby got home, he came home, he finally said, this is enough, because my throat was just closing more and more. Couldn't swallow anything, couldn't do anything. Took me to the hospital, and they put me on penicillin. And after one dose of penicillin, I started feeling better right away. Except, now it's been a while since I had penicillin, so I didn't realize how it does a number on your tummy. So while I was healing from tonsillitis, I was having stomach issues. I was like, oh my goodness, it was just awful. So I got sick. And then, let's see, we've been renovating our bathroom, and because we're frugal, we're doing most of the grunt work. We need to hire a friend who's a contractor to do the finesse work, you know, the tiling and all of that stuff, but hubby's doing the rest. I'm cleaning. So we've been busy with that. We had a big 100-foot tree taken down a couple of days ago, which I know it doesn't seem like much, but let me tell you, to take down a 100-foot tree, you need a specialist, and he's expensive. So it costs us $700 to get the tree knocked down. And I left a pretty big stump. I'm going to show you what I have planned for that tree. Pretty big stump, but you'd be amazed how much branches and needles. It was a pine. And so they would charge an extra $1,000 to clean it up. I'm like, nope, we're gonna do it ourselves. It's gonna take us weeks to do it, but we'll do it, you know, we've got time. That's what I was doing today. So I've been busy, and then, like I said, all these other, you know, crafty things that I've been doing. Now, oh my goodness, 7 minutes and I haven't even showed you anything. I do apologize. I don't mean to babble on. Some people don't like personal stuff, and I do apologize. I like to put this personal stuff at the end, which I probably should have. But anyway, I'm sorry. If I've lost you, oh well. Anyway, what have I been up to is crafty-wise. Like I said, I've been learning how to sew, but let's do the crocheting. So my daughter, which is another thing, I'm going away in a week. I'm going away to visit my mom and my daughter in Fredericton. So I've been busy with that too. Anyway, my daughter said she found this on Pinterest and just loved it, right? And it is a pattern. It's called the Anthropology blanket pattern. Now I'm looking at it, and I don't think I needed a pattern for this, because I could have figured it out. But because she requested it, I thought, oh, I'll just get the pattern. It's a paid for pattern. I'll leave the link before. I'll just get the pattern and just make sure that, you know, I'm doing it the way she wanted it. So I did change out the yarn because she gave two different options. She gave, hold on a second, Bernat Softy Chunky or Lion Brown Woolies Thick and Quick. Now, I know my daughter, she's not gonna like the Woolies Thick and Quick. I know she's not gonna like the feel of it. And the Bernat Softy Chunky, in my opinion, pills like no tomorrow. So after 1 or 2 washings, it's gonna be, she's not gonna use it because it's gonna look like crap. So I changed it out, and I just calculated how much yardage each of these yarns takes, and I bought Bernat blanket. And so I'll show you the yarn. Anyway, I knew I didn't need the pattern. Bought it anyway, you know, I got the idea. I don't want to be accused of stealing anybody's ideas. Have the pattern. Did not need it, because I figured it out all on my own. And I've made the exact size that she made. And I bought way too much yarn. I guess I miscalculated, because I thought I added the yardage, but I ended up with 4 extra Bernat blanket yarn. Anyway, here it is. Oh my goodness. So this is the blanket. It looks exactly or very similar to the pattern that she made. So because there's a bobble row, this makes it a, there's a bobble row, this makes it a one-sided blanket. So the other side you can see is the flat bobble, which I guess in the camera looks not too bad. But if you want the bobbles, that's another thing, you gotta remember to put the bobbles all on the same side. So it took me a little while, no, I shouldn't say a little while, it took me maybe 3 evenings, like 6 hours in total to make this. It's so easy, you're just changing color. It's literally single crochet, a couple of rows are double crochet, a bobble row, and then there's a fur row, which I used. The fur was go for faux, because she, what did she use? For the fur, she used Lion Brand Fun Fur. I couldn't find it. And then the other one is Red Heart Fur, which I couldn't find it either. I think Red Heart Fur is no longer. I'm not sure. So the closest thing was this. Worked fine. And I sent her a picture. She loved it. It's nice. It's soft. It's blanket yarn is great to work with and fast and squishy, and it's machine washable and no worries, and she's gonna love it. So I got that done. But like I said, now I have 4 extra balls. Oh, 4 extra balls of the yarn. So anyway, the yarn that I used was Go for Faux by Lion Brand, 100% polyester. And the color is Baked Alaska. And then I used the Bernat Blanket Inkwell, which is the black and white. And then I did not use white. And it comes up white on the camera, but it's really like a creamy white. And then the white of the faux fur, I don't know if you can tell the difference. You can't tell on the camera, is a stark white. And this is kind of like a creamy white. You can tell in person. This one is called Vanilla. And then the black was, I think, just black. No, coal. So, got that done. Now I have extras. What am I going to do with this? Okay, we'll just put it down here. So yeah, and then I've been making, I have another blanket on the go, a small blanket. But then I started, I think I also mentioned that she asked me to, I made that teddy bear outfit for the other baby. So she asked me to make one, but the baby is due in August for a friend of hers. So by the time the baby needs to be in it, it's going to be like October, November. So I'm making it bigger and I'm winging it. So I got the body, well, part of the body, part of the leg. I still need to do the arms, the other leg, the hood, the ears. Hopefully I get that done this week because I want to take it with me. And this is using Peyton's Bohemian. And the color, well, I shouldn't even tell you because I don't think they make this anymore. This is Sandscape. So it looks like a real bear. So I've been working on that. Another blanket. Now, sewing. If you want to stick around and see the sewing, I'm going to show you stuff. First of all, I started making a rug. So in my thrifting, I came across this lady who was literally getting rid of, like, she's a quilter, but she says in her Facebook post or her marketplace post, she said she was getting rid of all her extras and scraps. Well, inside I bought oh my god, I came home with like 2 garbage bags full of stuff. I paid like $70, which I know is not thrifting, but it is because it's all quilting cotton. And there was all these jelly rolls. Now jelly rolls are I don't have one here. They're expensive. You get like 2.5 strips, 2.5-inch strips, and they're usually the width of the fabric, usually 40 to 44 inches wide. And they're usually color coordinated, so you get 40 or 44 strips. And so she had a whole bunch of loose ones. I guess she was working with jelly rolls, and there was one extra here, one extra there. So so this is what so this is like a jelly roll. This is one of them, but this is Christmas, so I didn't use it. So this one's a half, so it's really supposed to be, this is a jelly roll. No, it's not. Even this one was cut. So this was kind of small, but it's a little bigger than this, right? Anyway, so that's a jelly roll, and then you make a rug out of it. So, but first, before you make a rug, you have to make it, you have the batting, and then you have to make a tube, and then the idea is, like the old-fashioned rugs, it's going to go round and round and round until you get a rug. I've been reading and watching posts, and it looks hard, but I'm going to try it. I've also, what else? I made my mom asked for another lap quilt, but all scraps, and she wanted all the colors. So I finished that. I quilted this myself, not very good. And I used the wrong color thread to quilt it, but I'm learning, right? So anyway, where's the top here? I made another scrappy quilt for my mom. These are all little pieces that were made, I'll let you see closer, that were made into bigger blocks, and then the blocks were put together. Then the back was, I don't know for sure, it was a thrifted piece of fabric. It feels like wool, to be honest with you, and it had some stretch. So note to self, it's harder to quilt with stretchy fabric on the back, but I did it, so she'll like that. So I made another lap quilt for my mom. Now I made something for myself. Again, in all of my thrifting, lots of people give me fabrics and whatnot, and then you have, oh, let me show you, little strips. Okay, these are, so you have little strips, right? What are you gonna do with them, right? So what I did was I attached all of these end to end to end to end till I had this huge ball of, like, just one long strip piece. And then I saw on YouTube, I'm gonna leave a link for this, and what was it called? Magic 2-hour quilt or something like that. I can't remember, but I'll leave the link. And so I just followed her instructions, and now it's not quilted yet. Now I made it very long. I actually didn't know how long it was going to be because I just kept adding strips, and then yeah, you don't actually know the size unless you follow her, right? But anyway, so this is going to fit. We have a 3-seater couch upstairs, so it's really long. It's like a bigger than a normal 3-seater, and it's going to go on the back because it's more long than but this makes me happy because these are all strips that people would throw away or like put in their scrap bin. I'm going to try to show you. This is only half. I'm going to have it folded over. Oh, hold on. This is what came up. Okay, so this whole thing is just strips, and the concept is so easy. So the idea is you take this long strip and then you fold it over, and there's a loop at the bottom because it's one strip, and you sew it down the middle. Then when you get to the bottom, you cut that loop, right? Then you take, so now you got 2 pieces together. So you bring the bottom up and you put 2 together. So now you got 4 strips, and you keep sewing to the loop, cut it, and you keep doing that and keep doing that. So much fun. No brain power at all. I was just watching YouTube the whole time I was doing this. It was time consuming because they're thinner strips than the lady on the video. I think she was using the bigger strips, 2.5 inch. I used smaller strips, and so I had to make sure all the strips were the same size, because when you're adding, let's see, when you're adding the strips, you don't want something like that, right, where one is smaller than the other, because then you don't have straight edges. So you have to make sure that all of your strips are the same width. So much fun. Now I have to find a batting, find a backing. I might not even put batting in here because you got a lot of fabric, you got a lot of seams. And it's just for the back of the couch, and you know, that's hubby's couch, and if he wants to lie down, you just slip it over him, right? Just pull it down, slip it over. And he runs hot anyway. He wouldn't need anything heavy. So those are things that I might have to think about. So I've done that. Need to quilt it, bind it. What else? I am going to try my first quilted pattern. Looks pretty easy, but I don't know. So I've cut all the pieces for that. Then, let me tell you a story. Oh, you know what else I made? I'm going to show you a picture of a bag that I made for someone. She requested a bag, a scrappy bag. So that was the reason I went to the post office that week. I'm going to show you a picture of that. I made that too. I made a couple of hats, but I didn't take any pictures. They're all gone. What was the other thing that I made? Can't remember now. There was something else I made. If I remember, I know I took a video clip, but I can't remember what it was. I'll add it to the end. I have a clip here waiting. I'll add it to the end of this video. So if there's a video at the end of this, something else I made. What else? What else? Oh, so let me tell you a story. Let's talk about thrifting again. I came across, okay, so let me show you this pile. I went thrifting about a week ago. So this is many yards of fabric. And I paid $8 for all of this. So the bigger pieces, so let's take this one out. This one was in a bag marked $1. Okay, so then you have like, this has got to be 3 yards of just navy cotton. This has got to be, looks like maybe half a yard of this fabric. Looks retro. Then like little scraps, you know, and then scraps somebody was making, you know, something, and I will use it, but look at this fabric. And then I think this one might even be a fat quarter. This one might be a half a yard, a little smaller, etc., 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 etc. So look at this one. This one looks like it's 2 yards, but look at it. So $1. This was $1 at the thrift store. Actually, it was $2, but that day they were having their blue tag for 50% off. But this piece is, it's confusing me. So it is got to be 5 or 6 yards. I should measure it. It's very heavy right now. But it tells you on here, right on the thing, it says here, tropical cool wool, Italy cashmere. So I thought cashmere was goat, but this says, I think it says merino wool somewhere here. Super fine. Luxury super fine 380s tropical cool wool, Italy cashmere. I don't know. I thought cashmere was goat and wool was sheep. Anyway, 5 or 6 yards. And then this is buttery. It is so soft. I can feel this right again. So this is going to be a back to a quilt, probably. I paid $7 for that. Unbelievable, right? And then I found on Facebook Marketplace, I found a lady. Now you're going to say, you spent what? I spent $150. This lady was selling her friend's quilting stuff. And she posted a marketplace, Facebook Marketplace post. And I called her, my neighbor and I went. When she says that there was a lot, you have no idea. It was like a quilt store. There was 3 rooms in her basement that she was selling out of. There were thousands of pieces of fabric. Thousands. And I actually wrote it down. So I paid $150. I got 38 1-meter cuts, 6 half-meter cuts, 20 fat quarters, 2 shopping bags full of, like big shopping bags full of scrap fabric, all for $150. It was an emergency. The lady needed money, so you know, I didn't feel bad. But all the stuff was high-end quilting cotton. Let me show you some of the stuff. Where is it? Okay, for example, I just pulled out these two. Like these, I believe are a meter or a half meter. But look at this print. It's all the gnomes. Is that not adorable? No, so this has got to be just over half a meter. I don't think it's a meter. Okay? But she charged me for half a meter. And same with this one. This one is got little gardening stuff. See? Like, it's just unbelievable the deal that I got. And my neighbor, like, because she's gonna start sewing for babies, she got all the baby stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I felt bad that she was forced to sell all this stuff. She needed money. So yeah, I feel good for me, right? What else have I been working on? I bought myself a pattern, quilting pattern, and I paid a pretty penny. I paid $36 for this. Now I'm going to tell you a little story about this. So this is the quilt. I'm going to make it slightly different. I might not make the, see, this is the order that they're in. I might not make it that way. And I want, like, she has all the chickens are yellow, all the horses are brown. I might do different colors, but anyway, I tried. What did I try? I started the B. Let me tell you, it was not hard, not easy. Started the B. Now, it's probably beyond my skill set yet, but I bought the pattern because everywhere I looked, there was only one left or two left, and these things don't seem to go on sale. So I thought, I bit the bullet. I paid the 36 bucks. I have the pattern now, so we'll see. But this is gonna go in our one of our spare bedrooms. So there's a story. I think I did a video there once, and I think a lot of you mentioned that you liked the print that was behind me. It was a big goose print. And it started, I just fell in love with this print, and I thought, okay, I'll just put it up in the spare bedroom. It's great. And anybody who stays in there, they either love the print or think it's creepy. And there were so many people saying, oh, you should just get rid of it. I'm like, no. And the more you say no to me, the more I dig my heels in. So I have the goose, and now above the bed, like above the bed, so you have the creepy geese. Then above the head, I have some angry chickens. I'll show you a picture here of the above the bed, the angry chickens. And then at the foot, on the other wall, I have some dumbass donkeys. So now I need a farm quilt. I need a farm quilt to add to this theme that just came about. I don't even understand how it came about, but it's because people were saying, oh, that goose. I'll show you the goose picture too. So it's turning into the farm room, so now I need a farm quilt, right? Am I right? I think I am. So I'm going to be working on that too. Oh, and there's a lamp that I saw on Amazon. I would so grab it in an instant, but I think it's too small. It's a chicken laying an egg. I'll show you a picture. And the egg lights up. How corny is that? That would be so cool in that room, but I think it's too small. I think it's just a small little lamp. So I think it's like a nightlight kind of thing. Like, I think it's only like this small. But that would be so, I gotta run with these things. The more flack I get, the more I gotta run with it. So I'm a very kitschy person. I think that's all I have, and I'm almost at 30 minutes. That's way too long. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to be leaving you now. I hope everyone is having a wonderful April, and I'm not sure when I'll be back. I'm going to be going away next week, so when I get back, I get back. I hope everyone is having a wonderful April, and we will talk soon. Okay, I don't have time to do a full-on video. I'm going to take this little clip here and attach it to whatever next video I make. But this has got to go, so I figured I'd talk about it real quick. I'll insert it into another video. I made a baby item for my neighbor's soon-to-be grandchild, and I made what I call a tummy time mat. And I used Bernat blanket, or Bernat baby blanket in the color Flower Pot. I don't actually know. Okay, so it's coming up pink for you guys, but it's actually like a peachy orangey color, and green. There's green, light green specks. Mother's colors are orange and green, and I figured this would be okay. So I'll stand back a little. It's just a mat. So it's actually half double crochet, 2 pieces sandwiched together, and then I did a little picot edge all the way around. Oh, that's it. It took me 4 and a half balls to make this, and this will be going. It is like double layer, and it's for tummy time. When you put the baby down for the tummy time, it's super soft, squishy, and lovely. So, all right, continue on with the video.